Thank you. I'm very excited to be here today because this organization has been a huge part of my life through my whole career. And now, after my career, I'm now looking at retirement. And this is kind of what retirement's looking like. I started this park host thing 3 years ago. This will be my 4th year starting here in May. But I just want to, and I think half of you are dear friends of mine, but a lot of you know exactly what the stories are that I'm going to be telling here. So I apologize if you heard the stories before this, but I just want to start off that I'm a camp host at Glacier National Park, and people go to, let's see here, what's that?
What do you wear there?
What do I wear there? So I am not a UPS driver. This is my uniform. It's my wife Sandy and I at the entrance of Glacier National Park. And I'm going to turn everybody here today into a tourist in Glacier. So when you have your camper, when you have your car, whatever you have, you're going to go visit Glacier, you're coming to this sign, and that's the entrance into the park. And this road here is Going to the Sun Road. Going to the Sun Road is 50 miles, and you're going to see views. This is why you go to the park, pretty much. A lot of the visitors come to the park for the Going to the Sun Road. We have visitors from all over the world.
Just one entrance, Terry?
There is just one entrance, and this was the west entrance. And the west entrance goes to the east entrance. So Going to the Sun Road goes from west to east. That's the main artery right through Glacier National Park. There's a couple other side roads that'll take you to different parts of the park, but the main, where most people are Going to the Sun Road. In fact, last year, you had to have a reservation to get on the road. That was last year. They're not doing it this year. It's wide open this year. So when you're going to the Sun Road, this is what you're seeing. You're seeing all these views. That's actually on the east side of Glacier. This is up towards the top. These are, I threw some animals in here that I've taken along the road. It's a little fox. We have a lot of bighorn sheep up there. There's a 2-week period where the road is actually closed for all vehicles, and you can ride your bike. So for 2 weeks, you can ride your bike all the way up to Logan's Pass, which is the top of the Continental Divide. And then from there, you go down into East Glacier. So from west to east, and then the top of the, between the two is Logan's Pass. So we actually rode our bikes from Avalanche Lake up to Logan's Pass. And you cannot start at the top. And Tony, to be honest with you, these are electric bikes. They're electric bikes. So we get up to the top, that's Logan's Pass, which is about just under 7,000 feet, and that's the top of the Continental Divide. Everybody wants to go to Logan's Pass during the summer, during the height of the summer. Parking up there is terrible, 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 terrible. This year they're going to have a lot more shuttles going from the bottom of the hill up to Logan's Pass, and I think they're going to have a reservation only for Logan's Pass to get your car in there. Okay, so now you're in Glacier, you've going to the Sun Road, now you want to stay in Glacier. There's 4 main campgrounds. Apgar, Avalanche, Fish Creek is where my wife and I are, and then there's Sprague Creek campground, which is a little smaller campground. But Fish Creek has 174 sites. There's 4 loops, A, B, C, and D, and there's about 30 to 40 campsites in each loop. We are responsible for all 174 campsites when we're on duty. This is the entrance into the campground. This is our crew. And as you come into the campground, you have to be checked in. It's reservation only. So we check you in, we give you the rules. And when you got your campsite online through recreation.gov, you also had to click that you read all the rules. So not only when you make a reservation, but also when you get checked in, you get a hand paper copy of the rules, and then we will talk over the top 4 rules. The major one that we talk about is, that's my wife and I with our electric bikes. So all the loops, I do the loops about 8 times a day, and to do the loops is 2 miles. So figure 8 times a day, I go about 16 miles, either between walking or with the e-bike. This is our camper. Tony, is that something you could, that's what you'd be pulling in? This is our little campsite.
Wait, it won't fit.
I had to bring it out. I couldn't fit there, so I had to take it out. This is our actual campsite. We're right on Lake McDonald. We're in D Loop, which is at the bottom of the campground. We get no cell phone service. We get no internet service. It's wonderful. We're off the grid. A Loop is on top of the hill. They do get a little bit of phone service, and that's about it. Otherwise, we're there, we're off the grid. The camp host our site does include sewer and water and electricity. We're the only sites that have it. All the other sites are primitive. Nobody has water. You have to bring your own water. If you have a camper, your camper's full of water. There's only 4 showers in the whole campground. So people are kind of trying to make, I think they take showers all night. I mean, they do it all night. But
Terry, is there any fish in Fish Creek?
there is fish in Fish Creek, but that's the only spot in Glacier you cannot fish. That's why there's, and I tell everybody that. I tell everybody that's where all the fish are. You do not need a license to fish in Glacier Park. So this is Lake McDonald. Tony, if you want to bring your boat, you're welcome to bring it. You do have to get it registered. You have to get it looked at the checkout. All watercraft has to be checked out before it goes in the water. So your boat, we love to have it, but you're going to be quarantined for 1 month because you have a motor on your boat. So we're going to quarantine your boat for a month before you can put it in that lake. It's amazing.
What if it's an electric motor?
Electric motor, nope, it'll be quarantined. Anything that has a mechanical where anything invasive could get into, anything like paddle boards, they check them out. But you're good to go that day. Anything that's non-motorized, you're good to go that day. You can rent boats on the lake. Those are rentable boats right there. So we're right on the lake. We're just to the left there, about a half a mile. And this is Lake McDonald, one of the biggest lakes in Glacier, 500 feet deep. So it's a real deep lake and very cold. Duties that we do, we pretty much, we check everyone in. We're more the concierge of the campground. We don't have to clean toilets. We don't have to clean fire pits or anything. We're more there for information and just telling people our biggest, our number one thing that we're looking for is no food. Do not leave food out. Please do not leave food out. There's signs all over the place. So our job is these are pictures I took that people leave their oven out. There's a pan there with an egg in it. Like this campsite, this is a kind of a major violation. We'll either call law enforcement and they will take the food and bring it to the ranger station. 99% of the time, I'm picking this up and I'm putting it into a bear box. But there are some people who get attitudes, and my attitude changes when they have an attitude, and it's about a $150 fine by leaving food out. I don't give the fine, but I do have support from law enforcement.
What's attendance been like since COVID, and is that part of it that you're seeing more novices come to the park and maybe not as prepared?
I think there's a lot of novices that come, but our attendance last year was 3.2 million people. And that's all just during the summer, from May till September. So 3.2 million. And I think you're right. I think we're seeing a lot more people who just don't understand, you're in God's country. It hasn't changed in thousands of years.
Are there a lot of people from Illinois coming in there?
A lot of people from Illinois, New York City.
Terry, when they leave like this, are they gone?
They're gone. Yeah, these people are gone. I cannot go into a tent. I can't open any personal items. But if you leave it out like this, I'm hauling that all into a bear box. And I'm writing you not a ticket. I don't hand out tickets, but I hand out, this is why your stuff is gone. But like a major violation, I will call law enforcement. They'll take it away, and they have to call law enforcement to get all their stuff back, and typically they'll get a ticket.
I suppose the concern is that there are other campers around there, so you might be gone, but let's say bears show up.
And I'll show you what happens. So just some more. There's garbage in the tree there on the left. The big Blackstone stove, which is just a bear. People bring these big stoves and all that stuff. If it smells, if it's unnatural, it has to be put away. A clean site is 2 chairs, maybe a jug of water, everything else is gone. So my wife, you don't want to get her mad. So we do have a little cart that we have that we can put all the coolers in and stuff and bring it to a bear box. There's not a bear box right in front of your place. There could be, but there's usually typically one spread out, probably 20 yards away, 30 yards away, real close. This is why you don't want to leave your food out. We have the highest grizzly population in the lower continental U.S. A lot of black bears. So we have tents, we have campers. This is a tent, and this is basically why you just don't want to have smellables in your tent. And this guy here, he was I don't know if you can hear the voice. Nothing there. But he pulled his bear spray out, and thank God he didn't spray his bear spray, because it would have made a big mess.
That wouldn't happen if you were in my camper.
And our bears are very wild. They're not domestic like a lot of state parks. They know how to open doors and everything. They know coolers. They know all that. We rarely get bears that come into a campsite. This guy here last year, he did get into a campsite. We did call law enforcement. Law enforcement came and they hazed him. They called hazing him. They shoot a shotgun really loud. Everybody goes, "Oh my God, they just killed a bear." No, they're not killing the bear. They get the bear's attention, and then they beat him with a bean bag, a sand bag. And it hits the back of them or wherever the law enforcement hit him right in the ass, and the bear just took off, and we never saw that bear again the rest of the summer. And we also have a lot of deer, and you only want to burn firewood in your fire pit, because the deer and the bear, they all love those fire pits. The perils of Glacier, I'm going to change it a little bit. People come there thinking it's the safest place to come. There's been over 300 recorded deaths. This slide was done 3 years ago. Since I've been there, we have 317 deaths. We've had 17 deaths in the last 3 years. And if you look at the top 10 there, number 1 is falling, number 2 is drowning, 3 cardio, 4 vehicle, 5 avalanche, 6 is bear. There's only been actually 10 bear deaths in Glacier. But the number 1 and number 2 are the biggest thing. So last year, we did have someone that fell into the gorge, actually 3 people. Mom and Dad were taking the picture, taking this best picture. Dad goes to fall in, and Mom grabbed them, and they fell into the gorge. So this is the gorge. This gorge is super loud, super fast, and people want to get a great picture right here. Mom and Dad were there. Dad falls in, Mom falls in, and the 16-year-old boy jumped in. We were working at the time at Avalanche, and on the radio, the call came in that 3 people had fallen in, and the camp host up there is actually the one that called it in. And again, they don't have cell phone up there. Everything is done through radio. Within about 15 minutes, LE2 responded, law enforcement. They call them LE2, law enforcement. They're first responders, and they're also pretty well trained. So he responded and showed up at the scene. The mom and dad made it through the gorge, which is amazing. We have not heard of too many people that have actually survived the gorge. So mom and dad made it through the gorge. They were underwater for 15 minutes. There happened to be a medical doctor at the spot there where they pulled mom and dad out. And the medical doctor, they started CPR on mom and dad. And LE2 came in with a medical bag, and he had all the medical supplies the doctor needed to intubate the 2. The mom responded right away to the CPR and woke up. The dad did wake up, but he was in pretty bad shape. So LE2 knew that there was a third person. The 16-year-old had jumped in the water to think he was going to save mom and dad, but there's no way, he's going to do anything. There's a lot of trees in here, a lot of debris. Last year, a guy fell in, and they didn't find him for a month. So that just tells you this gorge, it just goes deep in the water. There's trees, they get caught up in things underneath there. Anyways, LE2 dropped off the medical and then ran, and they found the 16-year-old on a tree branch in the gorge. And right away, he put the rope around a tree, and he rappelled down 20 feet, put a harness on the 16-year-old boy, and connected himself to that boy. And the 2 of them sat there for 2 hours until they were able to get search and rescue to pull the 2 of them up. So he sat there for 2 hours. The boy was in and out of consciousness, and he would have died. He would have died. So all 3 survived. And let's see if I can show you. So the guy in the middle there is LE2, and this is our son. So our son is why we go out to Glacier, and he is one of the top search and rescue kids out there. He's 30 years old, and he's got 3 kids, 3 daughters, 3 granddaughters, and ages 10, 8, and 4. They go to school in West Glacier, and he lives there year-round. There's just a handful of full-time rangers, and he is one of them. During the winter, he's like Jack Nicholson, if you ever see The Shining, all work and no play. It gets pretty quiet during the winter, but during the winter, he is actually pretty busy. They do a lot of planning for the summer because they're planning for those 3.2 million people. But Nick, our son, did get a Hero Award from the Park Service and saved that 16-year-old boy in the gorge. So pretty amazing. He's also a firefighter, land fire, and housing fire. He also teaches the search and rescue teams there. I was part of that. I was part of this team. I'm certified for search and rescue, not like he is. Basically, they need people to carry gurneys out. It takes between 8 and 12 people to bring a gurney out of the backcountry. Typically, that's done quite a bit during the summer. The summer is very busy. Lot of medical. You know, not only people die, but there's a lot more people breaking their legs, dehydration, just a lot of, because there's, most of the time when you're in Glacier, a lot of the people are backcountry and they're hiking. A lot of people are hiking. And I've experienced, over the radio, there's a lot of cardio people in trouble who are in backcountry, who are either having a heart attack or are dehydrated. This is a kind of a cute story. Last year, not long after the incident where the 3 people fell in, there was a empty wheelchair there. And you saw one of the statistics that there is a lot of suicides there. Last year there was 1 suicide, but we came across this wheelchair near the gorge and we thought, oh my God, where'd this person go? And we sat there and we looked and called it in, and we had more people come, and you know, you don't want to panic right away, but we're trying to figure out whose wheelchair it was, why it's just sitting there. So about an hour and a half, and we're looking in the water, we're looking, you know, we're kind of slowly trying to figure out, but nobody's going to the wheelchair, we don't know, and there's quite a few people around. So the story is, a guy, he was about 40 years old, carried his wife 2 miles to go see Avalanche Lake, one of the premier hikes, and wanted his wife to see it, and carried her all the way, because you cannot have a wheelchair on any of the trails. You can't have bikes, you can't have dogs, you know, no animals. He carried her, and it took him pretty much all day to carry her to Avalanche Lake, saw the views, and then carried her back and put her back in the wheelchair. It was a pretty neat story.
He carried her back.
Yeah. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. So,
We're all thinking
so this is the crew for all the campgrounds in West Glacier. Most of them are volunteers, they're all volunteers, but most of them are retirees. So a lot of them are retirees. There is some school teachers that become camp hosts during the summer. And it's one of my favorite friends. The ground squirrel, we have a lot of ground squirrels, and that's pretty much the end of the presentation. So he's asking you, do you have any questions for me at all?
You had mentioned the glacier. I've been to Glacier Park a few times, but it's been a while. A lot of glaciers are receding and shrinking after this one, the recent years of climate change. Is there still a significant glacier there? What's the status of it? Are there several glaciers in the park?
So Glacier National Park had 150 glaciers back in the 1800s. We're down to about 23 glaciers, active glaciers. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot there anymore. And the ones that are there, they're still pretty big, and they're creating their own lakes. Like Lake McDonald is a glacier lake. There's a big glacier there at one time, and that was a glacier, huge.
When you said they closed that road down for bikes, when it's open to cars, can you still ride bikes?
You can. We don't recommend it because bikes get hit. Cars are, it's just not a good. But it is open during certain times.
You a lot of motorcycles out there?
Yep, a lot of motorcycles. But going to the Sun Road, if you haven't been there, so the guardrails, there's some guardrails that are only 2 feet high, and it's scary to go along this because looking down, it's 1,000 feet. The Highline Trail is one of the most premier trails. It's 6 feet wide at one point, and you're walking along the edge of a cliff for probably a couple hundred yards. A lady tripped last year and went down 1,000 feet, and she died. They do have a cable that you can hold on to, but again, it's natural. I mean, you're in a place that there's a lot of stuff goes on. I had a guy, a quick story. I had a guy last year. Wife and I were sitting there, and a lady comes down and said, "There's a guy in the bathroom, and he's bleeding. He's in bad shape." So we go up there, and it's about 48 degrees out. Is right at the beginning of June, pitch black out, and we come across this guy walking down the road, and he's just covered with blood. And I'm going, "Oh boy, here we go." Kind of interesting, but we stop him, and he's looking for his car. He's in Minnesota. I go, "What are you doing?" "I'm looking for my car." He had this huge hematoma on his head, so he fell, and he was in a bad, concussion, big concussion. So we got him to his site. We got the medical there and everything. He ended up going to the hospital that night. And the doctor said, yeah, huge concussion. He probably had a seizure. He had narcolepsy and had fallen in the bathroom. And it was just, he said, if you guys didn't find him, he could have wandered all night.
Or gone off an edge?
Or gone off whatever.
How close is the closest hospital?
30 miles, about 30 miles. So where that gorge is to where we are is about 15 miles. So any response, there isn't people right there for you. So the response time is really about 15, 20 minutes to get to you. So it's could be a long time. There is helicopter service, two-bear helicopter. I don't know the guy's name, but he multi-billionaire. He provides the service, all the helicopter service for Glacier National Park. If you're stuck up there, there's no charge. He's not charging anybody. He also hires a medical staff that's on the helicopter, and they're running pretty much every day. Every other day, you hear the helicopter who's going up there, and so it's kind of crazy. Any other quick questions?
So Lake McDonald is the lake that has the super vibrant rocks, is that?
Yes.
So when
you see those pictures,
really what it's like?
those rocks are colored, not like AI though, they are dimmer. When you see the AI pictures, all these brilliant colors, they're colorful but not as colorful. Because people come up to us, I want to see this, where is this? It's the whole lake. The whole lake is covered.
Okay, if I got my history right, did Roosevelt designate this as a national park? Wasn't he the first?
That sounds right, but it is a peace park. It's the only peace park I think we have in the U.S. with Canada. So for Canada and us, it's called Waterton, is the north part of Glacier, and that's run by Canada, but it's all connected.
But it was Roosevelt that got it as a national park.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and can you imagine the foresight that he had?
Oh,
I mean, a
huge.
million acres of nothing.
To save.
And back in the day, it's 18 something or whatever.
Yeah.
How could he foresee that this was going to be a tourist trap, not a tourist place, right? I mean, God bless that man.
Vicki.
How long are you there for, too?
So we start the start of the season around May 15th, and we end September 6th, 7th. So we're there for 5 months.
And it's all volunteer or when you're on the clock?
So my work schedule, I work 4 days, off 3 days, work 3 days, off 4 days. And usually when we're on schedule, we start at 7 in the morning and we go till about 10 o'clock at night.
And that's paid volunteer.
Pay? Volunteer, baby.
Yeah, no, I didn't know, like, if
No, it's
you're
up.
the opposite, you're volunteering.
No, we get volunteer hours, so at some point I might have a little pin on here that will say I've got 1,000 hours or whatever. Yeah. The other,
Oh, sorry.
Do you get your site as well? Yeah, the site is.
yes, so we do get, so that's what we get. We get the site. I do have my own camper. We got to bring our own camper. We just get the site.
Do you have your own shower?
We have our own shower. I don't think I could have got my wife to be there.
Your off day, what do you do on your off days? Like, you have 4 days off, you guys just hang on?
So we do a lot of hiking. I do have a map here. If you want to see the map, I'll hang around. But our son has 3 kids, so we see the 3 grandkids, and we see them a lot.
How close do they live to the park?
What's that?
How close does your son live to?
He's about 10 minutes away from us, so he actually lives inside the park. He's government housing.
Awesome.
Yep. Yep. The other thing we have is mountain lions. We have mountain lions too that last year we had a baby and a mama that were separated, and to hear a mountain lion scream is crazy, crazy. Do you want to mention that? Yep. So I have a fleece from Glacier National Park. Anybody else don't have your name in here? Real quick. Jeffrey Thien. Yeah. And he actually came to listen to the. Great. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Hopefully.